learn how to edit professional looking TikToks, then this video is for you. Okay, so we have all of our clips that we need for our video. This is just the 2 clips, the voiceover, and then some basic effects. I'll leave a file of all the effects that I use in the description. So first I'm going to drag my voiceover over to the timeline. So basically I'm just going to cut up the clips to how I like it, and I'll come back to you whenever I'm done. We're basically just cutting out all the dead space. So you just go into a clip, cutting out the dead space. Now I suggest setting up some hotkeys so it makes it way quicker, but if not, you just use cut tool and then delete it. Okay, so now that we have all the clips trimmed up, we're all good to go. And here's a big step: go to sequence settings, and make sure your frame size is 1080 by 1920. That's basically just putting your composition in vertical. But if you drag in a vertical clip, it should automatically do that. Now we're going to be matching the clips to our voice. I would suggest labeling them so it's just a whole lot easier. So I like to just go ahead and cut out the audio because I just need the gameplay. You can't have good peaks and crosshair placement. It's because you have to keep looking at the tiles to edit, and so your crosshair placement isn't going to be on your opponent when you confirm. Okay, so that's lined up. Then we get our second clip. Perfect right hand peek behind the wall, then confirm your edit with perfect crosshair placement. Videos like these where I'm showing an example of something, I like to add some slow-mo. So the part that needs to be slow is right here. Is starting from here to here. We drag this forwards. Hold Alt and scroll up on the scroll wheel to extend this. I right click, show clip keyframes, time remapping. Now you can look up in your editing software how to change the time ramping. I hold Control and hit plus. We drag this out a little bit. Go on the other side as well. And this is just going to make it look smoother. Scroll down to about 50%. That's going to be half the speed. Then I tap one of these lines right here and drag this. All of this is just to make it look smoother. And this is just to make the effect a little bit more dramatic and emphasize my point a little bit more. So now we have the video up. Usually I would probably do a little bit better of an intro, but this is fine. So after I have the clips all trimmed up and I've got the video matching the voiceover is whenever I start adding the effects. So for videos where I'm showing what not to do and what to do, I usually will add like an X or check mark just to emphasize the points. Okay, so we're gonna add a big red X right here. We are gonna scale this down though because that's a little much. Like I said, I'll leave all these files in the description. Then we have some sound effects as well. And we're gonna get the wrong sound effect. That's really loud. I'm definitely gonna be turning that down. I'm going to drag all the way over all these audio files, right click, audio gain, and I'm gonna boost this up because in TikTok or YouTube, sometimes my audio will come up even quieter than what it sounds like in my ears. So I'm gonna boost this up to 12 dB to make sure my video is loud and clear. We're gonna get this sound effect now, and we're going to drag this just right underneath. We're definitely gonna make this a little bit quieter. Negative 12 dB. Isn't gonna be on your opponent when you confirm. So your crosshair placement isn't gonna be on your opponent when you confirm. As for when, like that. Also, what I like to do with this is I will go in, I'll go to effects. I'll search up black and white. Drag it on the clip. Placement isn't going to be on your opponent when you confirm. As for when you, and that's that simple. I mean, it's a little cheesy, isn't going to be on your opponent when you confirm. As for when it works. And I also kind of like to add a drop shadow just to make this pop a little bit more. And you can play around with this. This is literally just personal preference, and you don't even have to add a drop shadow. I just like to. Now for what to do, definitely want to add a green check mark like the other one. We're going to scale it down a bit, and we can copy that drop shadow by clicking drop shadow right here over on the red X. Click drop shadow up top, hit copy, go over to this, click the actual item, Control V to paste, and I'll give it the drop shadow. Drop it down to negative 12 dB like we did the other one. Confirm your edit with perfect crosshair placement. There we go. So now this is what it's like. Tiles to edit, and so your crosshair placement isn't going to be on your opponent when you confirm. As for when you have the setting off, you can select your edit, get a perfect right hand peek behind the wall, then confirm your edit with perfect crosshair placement. And it's just to emphasize the points a little bit more and keeps the viewer's attention. And now we go for the intro. We're now going to add an adjustment layer. Go to new item, adjustment layer, okay. We're going to drag this over. Up in the top in effects, you're going to search Gaussian blur and drag that over. Go to the very beginning of the timeline, click the time, set it to 50 brightness, drag over 30 frames, and just set it to 0 so it will fade. This is why you shouldn't use, there we go. We're going to mute this for now. We're going to go to scale, go to the very beginning of the timeline. I like to set it to 150, so it's zoomed in quite a bit. Go to 30 frames, set it back to 100. I like to add a whoosh at the beginning of the video as well, because audio and visual are just as important. So it's like that. And it's just a clean way to go into the video to catch the viewer's attention. Very short, simple, it's very clean. Now this last and final step is definitely personal preference. I like to add my music whenever I'm uploading the video to TikTok. I'll usually use a trending sound and can adjust the audio from there. But if you're uploading to YouTube, YouTube Shorts usually doesn't have that good of music or something like that. It's not as good as TikTok, so you can add background music if you'd like. This music right here is a lo-fi beat from Harris Heller from Stream Beats and it's copyright free. I'll leave that in the description as well. I'll usually set my music to about -18. You don't want your voice and your music fighting. You just want your music to complement. So you just trim that down, drag it in. This is why you shouldn't use confirm on release. When you have this setting turned on, it makes it so you can't have good peaks and crosshair placement. This is because you have to keep looking at the tiles to edit, and so your crosshair placement isn't going to be on your opponent when you confirm. As for when you have the setting off, you can select your edit, get a perfect right hand peek behind the wall, then confirm your edit with perfect crosshair placement. And there you go, that is a full complete TikTok. It's just a few simple steps to have a clean, professional looking TikTok video. Now if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you want more tutorials like this.